Hello, welcome to the definitive Blaze Blue cross tag battle character select flowchart. Thanks to years of research, this definitive flowchart will show you which character you should play in BBTAG based off of a variety of different questions that I'll walk you through now. I know this looks like a mess, don't worry, I'm gonna hold your hand along the way, we'll get through this together, don't worry about it, I got you, let's go. Alright, we're here, we made it at the beginning who you should play in BBTAG. A disclaimer, BBTAG is a team game, it's a 2v2 game, so you may have to run through this twice in order to find like two characters that you could play, so just keep that in mind, but we'll go ahead and start out here. Alright, first question, very simple, are you looking for an easy character? From here, you have three options. You have sure, you have ease of use doesn't matter, I want to struggle, and you have not really. Spoiler alert, the sure option is what has the most amount of characters within it, so we're going to start with that. We're going to start with sure, so let's just follow sure. Don't mind these different color lines, we're just going to follow a black line for now, it'll make sense later. What does easy mean to you? Again, couple of different branching options here. The options that we have available are a simple game plan or win condition to execute, I want to be carried, or the character won't take a lot of time to learn. For now, we're going to go to a simple game plan or win condition to execute. If the decision you want has been passed, don't worry, we're going to come back to it later. That'll take us over to, okay, what type of game plan are you looking for? And from here, you have two options. You could be either I want to be extremely oppressive up close, or I want to control the screen. We're going to go with I want to be extremely oppressive up close, so we'll go up there. And from there, you have a question of, do you want to play a brawler or do you want to play a grappler? For now, we're going to take grappler, and that's going to be the blue line. From here, we have a very simple question. The question is, Mika time? And you have two responses. You could either say what or XD. If your response was XD, for whatever reason, whether this is just an automatic response that you had, or if you know, you know, no surprise, you're going to be playing Mika Returna. Congratulations, you're a Mika player. If you said what, that's going to send you over to this tree. And you're going to be hit with a pretty lengthy question here, but trust me, it's important. Forget it. Are you willing to potentially struggle a little bit before you land your command grab? Or are you willing to definitely struggle a lot of it before you land your command grab? I know those sound like the same things, but they're not. Trust. From here, you have two options. You can either go, I'm down to struggle, or why would anyone willingly choose to struggle more? Let's say that you're a logical person and you say, why would anyone willingly choose to struggle more? I agree. You should play Wildstein. If you instead say, I'm down to struggle, then that's going to present you with another tree of options. How much struggle? Like, how much are you willing to struggle in order to play this grappler, right? Two options. You have, I will consciously choose to play this game without a run, an air dash, good assist, competent neutral game, or a double jump. Or you can choose, you can give me an inch because I'm going to take a mile. If you're going to go to the right option here, you're going to play Kanji Tatsumi. If you're going to go for the left option here, then you're going to play Iron Tiger. Enjoy, I guess. I wouldn't. Anyways, so that's everything for the grappler route. From here, we have to go to the brawler route, and that'll expand into a tree of options with, actually, it doesn't expand into a tree of options as well. There's actually a disclosure here that if you selected this option, you have to acknowledge. You do understand the term brawler is a self-report and that this just means you want to do big damage, right? You have to acknowledge this disclosure before proceeding, so yes with the smiley face, and we can move forward. I know what you are. Well, do you like Persona? Yeah? Then you can go up here and we're going to ask you Persona 3 or 4. Let's say that you answer Persona 3. Okay, there it is. Yeah, if you chose Persona 3, you're going to be playing Akihiko. Congratulations. Now, jumping back here, let's say that you chose Persona 4. You'll be taking the tree of options up here, except again, it's not a tree. You're just going to be playing Chie Satonaka. Wait, what's that? What? Wait, hell no, I hate Chie. You hate Chie? You're a Chie hater? All right, well, your alternative is a grappler, in which case you have two choices. You can say, never mind, it's not that serious. Or you can say, Persona 4, big damage, not Chie. Okay, I'll take it. If you say, never mind, it's not that serious, congratulations. You're right back at playing Chie. If you decide that you're willing to play a grappler with big damage from Persona 4, it's not Chie, then guess what? Go all the way over here and you can play Kanji Tatsumi. You did it. Now, back to this option, right? That was on me. I assumed if you're watching this channel, you're a fan of Persona, but maybe you're good on Persona characters, which is, you know, a respectable choice. That'll lead you to, are you sure? They have TODs, touch of death combos. In this case, you could either say, thanks, but I'll get my highly damage fix elsewhere, or you can say, TODs, you say. If you're baited by the TODs, you're just going to go to the Persona 3 or Persona 4 tree, and we already know the options there. We're not going to read it again. However, if you say, thanks, but I'll get my high damage fix elsewhere, then I have some options for you. Do you hate zoning? From here, you have a branch of options. So you can either say zoning is cheating, or zoning just comes with the territory and I'll find a way around it all by myself. If you believe zoning is cheating, congratulations, you're going to be playing Azrael. What's good, BoJack? If you said zoning just comes with the territory, I'll find a way around it all by myself, you're going to be playing Susanoo. Funny guy. Okay, that should complete everything from the I want to be extremely oppressive up close path. Going back down the game plan, let's say that you want to control the screen, right? You don't want to be extremely oppressive up close, you're just looking to control the screen. So we just scroll down, Oh, so like a zoner? From here, you have a couple options. You can either say, no, I want to control the screen with my presence. No, like with my normals. Or, yeah. If you say, yeah, from there you'll get, okay, but like an actual zoner, or do you want some options up close? And then from there, that will either be an actual zoner, bruh, or you will get an option of, let me fight up close a little bit. Let's say you want an actual zoner, bruh. That'll take you to an option that says your damage output might be a bit lower than average if you decide to play a zoner. Is that okay? And then from here, you'll have to make a decision. Either, oh, nah, that's not okay. People should die if I hit them. Or you can say, if my opponent can't get in, then that doesn't matter. If you decide that you want to prioritize damage, then you're going to play Naoto Shirogane. On the contrary, though, if you believe if my opponent can't get in, then that doesn't matter, well, damn, you right. You're gonna play Hilda. All right, now back to this question. If you decided that you actually want to fight up close a little bit, that'll bring you to a branch of options that says simple game plan, zoning, and up close options. Are you just looking for a top tier? In this case, you can either say, not really. I'm sure you can find a character who fits the description and somehow isn't considered top tier. And if you were to say that, you'd be right. The answer is Naoto Shirogane. That's who you're gonna play. However, now if you are over here and you decide that the answer is yes, you're gonna be going to a yup section. Then if that's the case, then don't take this personally, but start here. And the place we're gonna have you start is a little bit different. I mean, we're gonna have you start at the I want to be carried section. Now we're not gonna go through this section now. This is like one of the beginning paths of what does easy mean to you. We'll get to that when we get to that. So if you got here, just stay put for now. I'll give you time to process this. Okay, we made it through the donor path. From here, we have to say no, like with my normals, if you're looking to control space with your normals. So big question here. Do you need to have a projectile to play fighting games? Your answers are either yes, or your answer can be, nah, all I need are some nice buttons. If your answer is yes, then like a good projectile or just something that's serviceable. The answers that you have here would be just something or a good projectile. If you decide that you need a good projectile, then would you define yourself as a gambler? Your options from here are either let's go gambling or I'd rather play it safe. If you decide you want to go gambling, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna play Carmine. If you don't define yourself as a gambler and you rather play it safe, then you're gonna play S. Nice. Now from this decision, if you actually decide that you just need something, this one's gonna take a while. Give me a moment. Yeah, then you'll end up here. You're gonna play Ruby Rose. You won. All right, back to the earlier part of controlling space with normals tree. If you don't need a projectile to play fighting games, you know, if you're just like, nah, all I need are some nice buttons, then we got some options for you. Do you like Lucina? Very, very important question here. I know this may seem a little bit random, but you got three options. You can either say, please stick to the topic at hand, no, who, or sure, but what does she have to do with BBTAG? If you chose this option, it'll probably come as no surprise, but yeah, you're gonna be playing Aurier. If this is a surprise, I'm sorry you had to find out this way. If you were at this option and you instead said, please stick to the topic at hand, then first of all, rude. Second of all, my bad, damn, you seem kind of serious. Are people just not allowed to have fun around you at all, or what? From here, you got two answers. You could be, well, that's not true. I just wanted to keep this conversation relevant to the subject matter is all. Or you have, no one should be having fun except for me. If you decide that no one should be having fun except for you, congratulations, you're gonna be a Mitsuru player. You're just like me. If you went for the path of, well, that's not true, I just want to keep this conversation relevant to the subject matter is all, well, you have to answer a very important question. Basically, we're at this point where we're just gonna make it simple for you here. You're just gonna pick one, all right? You could either get a command grab, easy cross-up potential, an anti-projectile kit, or an insane instant overhead. What do you want? Take your pick of the litter, right? I'll spell it out for you. If you want a command grab, you're gonna go right up here, and you have a smiley face because you're happy about this if you're making this decision. You're gonna be playing Gordeau. Now, if you want easy cross-up potential, you go up here, and then you're gonna be playing Aurier. If you want an anti-projectile kit, all right, we just hate zoning. We're kind of similar to that Azrael ideology, but a little bit different because you want some nice normals. Guess what? There's a character made for this. You can play Hakumen. You got Hakumen, buddy. And if you want an insane instant overhead, if you think the instant overhead option sounds kind of funny, don't worry. It is. You can play Mitsuru. You're just like me. Now, there is a secret fifth option here. You may have gone through all those options and you're not happy. Don't worry. I have something for you. I'm not filling any of this, TBH. And then we can go down this line. And that's going to just lead you back to, would you define yourself as a gambler? And that's either going to give you Carmine or S. We already know these results. We won't go over them again. Okay, so that should be the entire track for control of the screen, whether you're trying to be a zoner or whether you're trying to control the screen with your normals. Now let's say you want to control the screen with your presence. Interesting. What do you you mean by that? Oh, so is your presence due to having high mobility or by setting stuff up on the screen? You have the choices of due to high mobility, due to setting stuff up on the screen, or I gotta choose. I can't just have everything. If you decide you want to have it be due to setting stuff up on the screen, you'll go to this option for, are you sure you don't want to play a zoner? From here, you can go to, yeah, it's fine. Or you can go to, well, I guess when you put it that way, sure, I'll zone. Let's say that you say, yeah, it's fine. Okay, but it may come at a price. From here, you can back out and say, I'm not willing to risk it in this economy. Or you can go with, that doesn't intimidate me. What's the price? Let's say you're crazy and you just want to know what the price is. Keep going along. It'll cost your life. Now, if you think that sounds insane, you could back out. Or if you think it's a worthy sacrifice, you can see this through. And I imagine if you made it this far, you're going to want to see it through. Let's see what happens. Okay, that logically makes no sense at all, to be honest with you. If you sacrifice your life for power, how will you be alive to spin the power? You just sacrificed your life for the thought of power without being alive to actually use it. But okay. Wait, there's actually a character for this. Never mind. You're gonna play Carmine. Nice. Now, basically from this dialogue of options, if you chicken out at any time, if you decide I'm not willing to risk it in this economy, or that sounds insane, you're gonna be going up to, then you're gonna have to be a zoner, buddy. And from there, you can either say, oh, or what? If you say, oh, then it'll take you back to, are you sure you don't want to play a zoner? If you end up back here and you decide, well, I guess when you put it that way, sure, I'll zone, then you're gonna follow the pink line over here. And you're gonna play Naoto Shirogane. Now, if you're not satisfied with this and you say, what? That's gonna lead you to, I gotta choose. I can't just have everything. And that's the same option from over here if you decided you wanted both high mobility and setting stuff up on the screen. But we're not gonna go through that yet. First, let's go to, you chose due to high mobility. That's what you're prioritizing. That'll take you to a very important question. Mika time? Huh? If you said XD, just your natural reaction, welcome, it's Mika time. However, now if you said what, you're gonna get a different pool of options before, because this is not the grappler route, this is the screen control route through mobility. And from there, we're gonna ask you, I was mistaken. I guess you weren't one of them. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, do you like Persona? From there, you're either gonna say, okay, now we're talking, or you're gonna say, I'm not answering yes or no. The other answer is just way too animated and I'm not really feeling all that. If you say, okay, now we're talking, congratulations, you're playing Yosuke Hanamura. This shouldn't be a surprise. You knew you were gonna end up here. Now, if you said, I'm not answering yes or no, the other answer is just way too animated and I'm not really feeling that, I respect it. Let's see what your options are. We'll follow the red line. Now, the red line leads us to a very important question, and take all the time that you need to answer this. Do you value friendship? Now, one answer is going to be, friends are an option, not a necessity. Another option is going to be, yeah, I want friends that tolerate me. If you decide you want friends that tolerate you, congratulations, you're going to play Ruby Rose. If you decide friends are an option, but not a necessity, you can play Hard I Know. Is lonely at the top. Okay, that takes you through all the high mobility options, which means we can finally get to you greedy people that say, I gotta choose, I can't just have everything. And this is where you're gonna have to learn a lesson, okay? Great power requires great sacrifice. This is just obvious, don't you think? From there, you can accept that and say, that's true. And if you are, I think you're a rational person. But it may come at a price. Yeah, you're back to this line of thinking where you're gonna have to figure out what you want to prioritize here if you're not willing to be greedy. Basically, you're gonna be on a one-way trip either to the Carmine land or the Shirogane land or maybe the mobility land. I don't know, but you're not nearly greedy enough to get the other option that we're proposing here. Now, if you see great power requires great sacrifice, don't you think, and your idea is no, it doesn't, then damn, you right. You can play Seth. You'll have everything and more. Where am I? I be getting lost, bruh. Dog, where am I? I am so lost. Okay, we made it through everything on the zoner tree. We made it through everything on the game plan tree. Cool, okay. What does easy mean to you? We come back to this question. We'll go to the I want to be carried. And if you ended up here from the other tree, hey, welcome. We're gonna start going through your options now. Thanks for your patience. Cool, so you want to be carried. Do you want to play a waifu? Important question here. So you can either say yes or no, I want to play a male character. If you want to be carried and you decide that you don't want to play a waifu, you want to play a male character, let me just help you out with this. It's really just one answer. Yeah, congratulations. You're gonna play Toru Adachi. Yep, that's your character. Now, if instead for do you want to play waifu, you said yes, then are you looking for rushdown? You can go for sure, but I want more options than just rushdown. You can go for yes, or you can go no, I want to zone. Now, if you go for no, I want to zone, you're going to end up in a very familiar place. It's going to take you to your damage output might be a bit that yada yada yada. Okay, it's Hilda or Naruto. We know what happens here. Now, if looking for rushdown, you said yes, then that's going to take you to another familiar place, and you'll be forced to choose if you value friendship. If you kinda do, you get Ruby. If you definitely don't, you get Heart. That'll make the rules. That is just what the rules are. For this question, you said sure, but I want more options than just rushdown. Then you'll go to Yumi. You're just gonna go to Yumi. You're begging to play Yumi. Just play Yumi. That's a pretty quick section. That's actually everything for the I want to be carried section. What does easy mean to you? Let's say instead you say the character won't take a lot of time to learn. Okay, fair. Let's see what's going on in this section. Do you want to play a waifu? You have the same options of no, I want to play a male character, or yes. We'll assume yes for now and see what we get. Are you looking for rushdown? Very familiar question. Potentially different answers here though. You have the answer of no, I want to zone. And we're not even going to scroll this one. But play Hilda or Naruto Shurigane. These are your answers if you decide that you want to zone at any given point in time. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks, bye. All right, cool. So you can say, I don't know, or you can say yes. If you say, I don't know, that's going to lead you over to, that's fine. You can be indecisive and we'll just simply revolve the world around you and adapt around that. Now, does the tier of the character matter? You have either not really or I want a strong character. If you decide you want a strong character, you're going to be getting Yumi. Congratulations, go play Yumi. You don't need to watch this video. Maybe if you need a partner, the answer is whatever other character you want, you're good to go. Now, if instead their answer to this question was not really, you can play Batista. You're just like me. Now, when it comes to looking for rushdown under this tree of options, if you decide you are looking for rushdown, does the tier of the character matter? Now, be careful. There's actually 4 options here. I want a strong character. I want a strong character, but I want to feel unique. Not really, or not really, but I want to feel unique. So it's just a matter of if you want a strong character and if you want to feel unique. If you decide I just want a strong character, they're gonna play Ruby Rose, the BBTAG darling. You did it. Nice. If you decide that you want a strong character, but you want to feel unique, you're gonna play Hard Aino. Yay, Hard Aino. Forget all that stuff we said earlier about friends. You'll be fine. If you decide that you don't really care about the tier of the character, you just want a easy to pick up rushdown character, you can play Yang Xiaolong. And then, okay, a bit of a secret option here. Okay, if the tier of the character doesn't matter and you're like, you know, not really, but I want to feel unique, you could play Celica A Mercury. Nice. You're unique. You're unique. You'll be out there. I don't know who you're gonna watch for match footage. You got like 3 players, but you out there. Go ahead on. I ain't mad at you. Okay, then over here, do you want to play a waifu? If you said no, I want to play a male character, then we got some options for that. Do you want to play a flashy character or an efficient character? Let's say you say efficient. That's gonna bring you down to, do you like Persona? From here, you have 3 options. You could either say it's okay, Persona is some mid, or you can say Persona. If you say Persona, you're gonna play Yuna Arkami. That shouldn't be a surprise. However, hear me out. What if you say Persona is submit? That's gonna bring you down here. We will simply ask you, would this deter you from playing a Persona character though? From there, you could either say, nah, I'm just a hater. And I mean, if you're just a hater, then I'm gonna need you to cope and play Yuna Arkami. I don't know why you're running away from a good character, but okay, all right, it's fine. Let's say that you're sick of this. You say, yes, get me out of this damn tree of options. If you say that, then we're gonna take you up here. Do you like parries? We're not gonna answer that quite yet. We'll get back to this in a bit. Now, from the question of do you like Persona, if you decide it's okay, that's gonna bring you over to do you like parries as well. From do you like parries, you can either say not really or yeah, parries are sick. If you decide that parries are sick, congratulations, you're gonna play Katsu. If you don't like parries, if that's not really your thing. So you want an efficient male character with no sauce? If you think that's fine, you could take that route. But I feel like you got here on accident. This is not actually what you want. So yeah, no, I want a little bit of sauce. That's fair. That's fair. You want a little bit of sauce. Okay, I'll get you the sauce. I'll get you the sauce. All right. I don't know why I put you over here. If you decide that you want a little bit of sauce, then see, I knew you liked Persona. Get ready to face your true self, buddy. You're playing Yuna Arkami. Stop running away from a good character and just accept this is you. Now, if you're just hellbent, if you made it here, then you're just like, yeah, it's fine. I will play an efficient male character that has no sauce. Why do you want to play a character like this? Let's get to the bottom of this. You have the options of, I just want to play somebody basic and easy, or you have the option of, I'm playing to win. If you decide, I just want to play somebody basic and easy, then is a Persona character okay? If you haven't figured out the trend by now, you're gonna either say say I'd rather not, or I guess. And if you say I guess, you're gonna face your true self. You're gonna play Unarkami. We're not scrolling to it. Just do it. Stop doubting it. All right. Stop running away from it. But if you say a persona character is not okay, you'd rather not. Congratulations. You're gonna be playing Hyde Keto. He's so basic, I didn't even put his last name. I just put Hyde. Congratulations, you're playing Hyde. All right, cool. Yeah, nice. Now, if you decide the reason that you want to play a character like this is because you're playing to win, Toru Adachi. I don't really have much else to say beyond that. You're playing Toru Adachi. All right, that's everything from the efficient tree. Now we got to go through the flashy tree. All right, I see. I thank you for being patient. I'll get you some flashy stuff going on over here real soon. Do you need to have a projectile to play fighting games, okay? You're going to have either the answers of no or yeah. If you chose yeah, we can stop here. You're just going to play Jin Kisaragi, all right? You'll love them. Now, if you said no, that will bring you over to, do you like goofballs? Do you like silly little guys? Your options from here are either nah, I want somebody that is cool, or yeah, I like a silly little guy. If you like a silly little guy, you'll find yourself playing Yosuke. If you're over here and you decide you don't like goofballs and you want to play somebody that is cool, then do you think Soul Bad Guy is cool? The options that you have here, hell yeah, doesn't do much for me. Or who is Soul Bad Guy? Which, like, what? You're watching this video and you don't know who Soul Bad Guy is? Wow, that's a bit unexpected. Well, there's an anime for that now. You can go watch Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers episode 1, now streaming on Crunchyroll or something, and then come back here when you're done. This is not an ad. We'll wait for you. Okay, cool. Welcome back. You made it. Were you a fan of the anime? What'd you think? Was it cool? I've only seen the first episode myself. All right, anyways, did you watch it? If you said no for some reason, the jig is up, all right, buddy. This is Soul Bad Guy. Here he is right here. Get a real good look at him. That's Soul Bad Guy. Awesome. Now with that out of the way, we can get back to the question at hand. And that brings us back here. Do you think Soul Bad Guy is cool? Oh yeah, doesn't do much for me. If it doesn't do much for you, that's fine. Just play Akihiko. You'll be fine. If you do think Soul Bad Guy is cool, not only cool, you say hell yeah, then you're gonna be playing Ragnar the Blood Edge. Okay, so that's everything from the path of characters if you were looking for an easy character, right? If you said sure. Now we're gonna go to ease of use doesn't matter, I want to struggle. In which case I would immediately ask you, okay, why would you actively choose to struggle? I live a life where I'm destined to play gimmick characters, or you could say I play grapplers. If you say I play grapplers, we'll send you up here. Oh, okay. Well, right this way, friend. And we'll get you over to the grappler tree of options of where you belong, where you're basically going to be choosing if you want to struggle or if you want to struggle. And if you want to struggle, you're going to play Waldstein. But if you want to struggle, you're going to play Kanji or Tager. That's your life. Congratulations. I hope you can live with your decisions. All right. If you said, I live a life where I'm destined to play gimmick characters, let's explore that a bit. Ooh. Yeah, that'll do it, I guess. All right, well, what attracts you to gimmick characters? You have two options. You can say underappreciated waifus, or I just think really unique character designs are awesome. Now, if you think really unique character designs are awesome, I have to ask you, I see, well, did you know that there's a tank in this game? And from there, you can say, yeah, but I'm not really feeling that, but I don't know. If you came here, I'm pretty sure. What? Dude, how? How did they put a tank in a fighting game? I'll tell you how. Play Blitz Tank, buddy. I'm glad we found this for you. Now, if you made it to, yeah, but I'm not really feeling that, then what are you feeling? From here, you'll make a choice of whether being really annoying or having zany tools that I can make seem stronger than they actually are. If you chose being really annoying, that's going to lead you over to Hazama. Now, Hazama does have a tree attached where you say, are there better characters than this who play similarly? There's plenty. You can follow me. I'll show you some better characters to play similarly. Just give me one moment. And from answering that question, if you're looking for characters that are similar to Hazama, just better, Mika time? If your answer to Mika time is what? You'll go over here where we'll be figuring out if you're going to be playing like Yosuke, Ruby, or Heart. If you decide you want to absorb some Mika time though, she's always there. She's always there waiting. Mika return. Return to Mika. That's what you get. Nice. Congratulations. If you decided that you were looking to have zany tools that you can make seem stronger than they actually are, that's going to lead you down here like a zoner where you have three choices. You can say no, kinda, or yes. We're not gonna cover these options yet. We'll cover them in a bit, actually. Just hold tight. So that's the I just think really unique character designs are awesome tree for the most part. In order to uncover other parts of the tree, we should really go under the underappreciated waifu section first. So for the underappreciated waifus, are you one of those Twitter users? You can say either no or we can just give you the cod emoji. I won't ask any questions. I know what you're here for. Just give me a moment. I got you. All right, congratulations. You're going to play Makoto. I mean, Makoto does have an extension, though. I may have not been familiar with the game. If you're not into that, I even have something for that. Hold on. And you can play Mai Natsume. We got that covered. Cool. I just had to get y'all covered before we move forward. Now, if you're not one of those Twitter users, if you don't even know what that means, then how straightforward does your game plan need to be? You can have, I want a lot of options so I can figure out how to make them work, or you have extremely, I want a gimmick that is so transparent people will learn about how I am as a person from the character select screen. If this is you, you have a few options, so we can go down. And welcome to the car dealership. We have some fine cars on sale today. You're going to be choosing a car. The cars that you have available are a Hot Wheel. I don't need anything fancy. I just want to drive a monster truck or a red BMW E30. If you decide I don't need anything fancy, I just want to drive. Wait, you just want to drive? That's perfect. I have just the character for you. You could just play Noel Vermillion. All you're going to do is drive. Now, if you decide the car that you want is a Hot Wheel, then okay, you'll light up the road with this one. We'll play Yukiko Amagi. There we go. We got you with Yukiko. If you're up here choosing a car and you decide that you want a red BMW E30, this is going to be a long one, so give me a moment. Okay, we had to squeeze in between there, but yeah, you'll be playing Celica A Mercury if you chose the red BMW E30. No surprises here. And then for choosing a car, if you chose a monster truck, from there we're going to ask you, wait, like a tank? If from there you say, hell yeah, okay, well, if you don't mind a tank as a waifu, boy, do I have a character for you. And I'm not going to scroll up there. We're going to take you to Blitz Tank. However, going back, if you say not a tank, if you say very specifically, no, a monster truck, there's a difference, then, yes, poor fuel economy, terrifying presence, and the foretold ending of crashing and burning after having a brief period of chaos. Yeah, I know what you are. This fits the description. I'm sorry. Well, maybe I'm not. This is what you wanted. So actually, I'm happy for you. Have fun. All right, we sold some cars. We can finally come back to how straightforward does your game plan need to be. And okay, yeah, you said you want a lot of options so you can figure out how to make them work. That is what's going to lead you to the like a zoner question. And you may have gotten here from the tree of options of having zany tools that I can make seem stronger than they actually are. You're going to be meeting up with these minds and we're going to ask you if you're looking for a zoner. From here, you have three options. You have no, kinda, and yes. Now, if you choose no, that's going to lead you down here. We're going to lead you to Makoto Nanaya. If you don't want Makoto, of course, if you're not into that, we can get you Mai Natsume as well. Just say the word, we'll take you there. Now, if you say yes, that's going to lead you up here to, were you hoping for Yukiko when picking this? And you have two options, who, no, or yeah, with a annoying smiley face. If you choose this yeah with an annoying smiley face, sorry to hear that. I'm not going to take you to Yukiko. I'm just sorry to hear that. So yeah, if that's the case, we could go back. If you didn't say yeah and you said who, no, then congratulations, you're gonna play Elizabeth. I think it's a match made in heaven. This makes complete sense given what you've given us thus far. Now, let's say you're here, you're in between, you don't want to say yes or you don't want to say no, you want to say kinda. From here, you're gonna follow the green line. And that's gonna take us to, you seem kind of split on what you're trying to do here. You got some bottom options here of I guess, yeah, and I can't help it. You also have a top option of, I just want a well-rounded niche character. Give me the options, I'll figure out the win condition. Okay, so spoiler alert. If you choose any of these three options at the bottom, it literally doesn't matter which one. They're all going to lead to Platinum the Trinity. You're just going to play Platinum. But if you're kind of all over the place, you just want a well-rounded niche character, then okay, cool. You can play Mai Natsume. You can play Mai Natsume. You're good to go. This doesn't go backwards. You can't play Makoto, but you can play Mai. You'll be fine. Okay, we're close to wrapping up here. We've covered, sure, you're looking for an easy character. Ease of use doesn't matter, and you want to struggle for whatever reason. We can finally go over to not really. Looking for an easy character, that's not really what you're looking for. All right. Okay, so you're just gonna keep in mind that BBTAG is a very easy game. So the execution barrier isn't really going to be that high. If you continue down this path, you'll find some nuance, but your spread of character options are going to be limited. From here, you have three options. That sounds terrible, noted, or this is a 53 character roster, don't limit over half my options over something this trivial. For this disclosure, if you say that sounds terrible, well, here's the reality, you're a boomer, okay? And that's okay, I'm also kind of a boomer. You can enjoy these other great titles that have rollback netcode, high character power, the same characters from BBTAG, execution barriers, and anime game mechanics that are waiting for you to enjoy them. And I think you should enjoy them. And you should probably spend less time slam dunking on a game that doesn't need your attention. These games need your attention. Go play those instead. Okay, thanks. Now, if you're here and you're still saying no, but not for the reason of that sounds terrible, but more so this is a 53 character roster and you don't want to limit your options over something this trivial, then you're just going to go back to the beginning. You're just going to select one of these routes instead. But if you read this disclosure, you recognize what's at stake and you say noted, then we can proceed. Since you've noted that, there's something that you must know. Your damage output might also be on the lower end. Is that all right? From here, you have the option of that's unacceptable or the option of that's okay. Surely the time I put into the character will make it worth it. Smile. Let's explore that. Okay, do you want something proven to work or experimental? If you choose experimental, you're gonna try Lene. Now, once you try Lene, you're gonna come over here and you're going to say, the only people I see doing work for the past 5 years are Lene high players. I don't know how to innovate beyond this and I don't want to play this. Once you come to this conclusion, you're going to go to okay, do you want something proven to work or experimental? You can engage in that loop if you want to, but it's a never-ending cycle until somebody breaks the cycle. But do you want something proven to work? Okay, but you may have to play perfect to get the job done. You can say noted, or you can say that's unacceptable. If you say noted, then we're going to bring you over here. How chaotic do you want the match to be? You can say not chaotic. We're going to play at the pace that I dictate, and you're going to deal with it. Or you can say very chaotic. I'm going to control all the chaos, though. If you decide you want something very chaotic, oh no, it sounds like you want to play an item toss character. You can say either true or not really. If you say true, then you're gonna play Teddy. Don't ask me for games. If you say not really, then that's gonna lead you down to Rachel Alucard. That makes sense, you'll play Rachel Alucard. Nice. Now if you're here and you actually chose not chaotic, we're going to play at the pace that I dictate and you're going to deal with it, then do you wanna have to approach or interact with your opponent at all? Like honestly, like what are you trying to do here? From here you have eventually, or you have only when it's convenient for me to do so, otherwise no, I'll wait. If you went with this option, then you're gonna go over here and we're gonna get to, do you want to feel like you're suffocating your opponent or limiting your opponent? Very different things here. Let's say that you said you want to limit your opponent. That'll take you over here. With as minimal context as possible, choose one, Japan or Korea. Don't think about it, just say what immediately comes to mind. If you said Japan, then you're gonna play Blake and you're gonna be watching a lot of Pizza Mayo. On the other hand, if you said Korea, then that's gonna bring you down to New 13 and you're gonna be watching a lot of Elon. That's just what it is, okay? Now, if you chose suffocating, then we can go over here. And that's going to lead you to Izuyoi. You're going to play Izuyoi. That's the character for you to suffocate your opponent. You'll play Izuyoi. Now, there's an actual secret third option here that I didn't disclose. But if you want to limit and suffocate your opponent, if you said both, then uh-oh. Damn, you found the cheat code. You can just play Rachel. Congratulations, you broke the system. All right, now back to this tree of options. Do you want to have to approach or interact with your opponent at all? You could say eventually. You know, maybe you eventually want to have to interact. Okay, if that's the case, then do you want to win Evo? Like, just straight up, do you want to win Evo? If you said, no, I want to win Evo twice, you could play Neapolitan. Now, if you instead, I haven't even been to Evo yet, then you can play Izuyoi. It's what makes the most sense. Okay, then that brings us back here. You may have to play perfect to get the job done. If you accepted that, we went through your options. If you think that's unacceptable, that's going to bring you up here to really, then what are the minimum amount of interactions do you want to have to win in the match BBTAG? We're not going to go through that yet because there is another way that you end up here. So from back here, where we ask your damage output might also be on the lower end, is that all right? If you also think that's unacceptable, then you ended up here. Really? Then what are the minimum amount of interactions do you want to have to win in the match of BBTAG? From here, you have two options. Whatever it takes, I just don't want low damage output, or 2. If you decided 2, then you're going to play 9 the Phantom. It really is just that simple. If you decided whatever it takes, I just don't want low damage output, then we have some options for you, don't worry. Okay, so are you looking for a character who is the star of the show or can play a supportive role? You could either have a dedicated star of the show and you'll be building a team around this character, or you can have supportive, they don't need the spotlight, but if they get it, it's not a waste. Or you could say both. I mean, if you say both, it's just, come on, it's going to lead to 9 the Phantom. Maybe you say you're looking for a character with a supportive role. Supportive, they don't need the spotlight, but if they get it, it's not a waste. What sounds funnier? All right, what sounds funnier? Teleports, light, or a comically large spoon? If you choose a comically large spoon, congratulations, you can enjoy Naoto Kurogane. Look at that comically large spoon. That thing is crazy. You're going to have a ton of fun with this. Oh, my God. If instead you said flight is what sounds funnier, you can play Makrava. You'll have flight, some kind of flight. You'll like it. It'll be great. If you said teleports, we're going to take you over to Yuzuriha. Now, Yuzuriha does have an extension. If you say, I don't like this much, then you're going to take the pink line, you're going straight to 9 the Phantom. Okay. Only a couple more characters left. So we're back here. Are you looking for a character who's the star of the show or can play a supportive role? Let's say you want a dedicated star of the show. Okay, you're going to be building a team around this character. Some dedication here. Do you like cats? Very simple question, okay? You have the option of no. In fact, I'm notoriously known for hating cats, actually. Yes, but I prefer dogs. Dude, I love cats. If you say yes, you're just gonna play Jubei. It's really that simple. You're just gonna play Jubei. Now, let's say you're on the opposite end of the spectrum. You're like, no, in fact, I'm notoriously known for hating cats, actually. Yikes. You're gonna play White Schnee. You're gonna play White Schnee. That's what's happening there. Damn. Now, okay, in regards to not liking cats, maybe it's not that you like cats, it's just you prefer dogs. You're more of a dog person. In which case, we'll go up here. Is this a good boy? This dog right here, is this a good boy? You either say, yes, that's a great boy, or I will not acknowledge that creature. If you say, yes, that's a great boy, we're gonna go ahead and get you over to Aegis. Now, if you're down here and you say, I will not acknowledge that creature, I'm pretty sure I know why you're saying that, and don't worry, Kinemata isn't in this game. You could just play Aegis, you'll be fine. And then for the option of over here of do you like cats, if you say, dude, I love cats, then we should have a character for you. Here, let's see. Wait a minute. Thank you for watching the video. This has been the BBTAG character select flowchart. If you found your characters, leave them in the comments. And if there's a game you want me to do this for next, leave it in the comments as well. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, bye.